Welcome back to our second part of the lab, which is installing our KaliLinux machine, which is a part of our lab setup. So you would have already downloaded and installed VirtualBox, which is the first part of the lab. This is the second part. This is for our Windows 10 and 11 machines. So what we're doing here, first of all, is to get to this virtual machines in the first place. To download it, we're going to go up here, and you'll notice that the link is right there, and it will be kali.org / get Kali, and then #Kali installer images. And I'll zoom in to show you that in a second. But basically, this will have the image ready for us, ready to go. We don't need to, when we install the virtual machine, we don't need to go through the installation process. We don't need to do any configuration. It's good to go. Now, what KaliLinux is our virtual machine that we're going to use to do our penetration testing, our network analyzer to see what's going on our network, and basically everything else that's Linux based as well is going to be done in our KaliLinux machine. So if I just zoom in up here, that's the link there. Then we scroll down until we get to this section here, pre-built virtual machines. And the one we're looking for in our lab is VirtualBox, yes. Okay. Select that, and that will download. And on a reasonable day, if you've got a good, decent connection, might take you 5-10 minutes to download. So I'm going to save that, and I'll pause the recording. And while you're downloading your KaliLinux, I already have this, so I'm not going to do this again. But I'm going to bring up a version that I've got already. I've got it in another location, which I'll just transfer over. Okay, so once I've saved this, I can cancel this because I've already downloaded it. No, there's no point in downloading again. But it took me about 5 minutes, but it might take you like 15-20 minutes. It depends. It's a bit of a big download. In fact, if I go to my downloads folder, it's here already. And it's, yeah, let's just check that. Okay. Despite some errors, we finally got that downloaded. You just have to try now and then to make sure that it gets downloaded correctly. But the good news is it's downloaded now. However, it downloads as a zip file. So we need to, or 7Z, kind of type of a zip function there. So just right click and you can extract all. You just choose where you want. So I'm going to keep it in the downloads folder. This download, I've called it differently than I've put it like in the desktop, and I've created new downloads. Now you see that it's 13.3 gigabytes. So the original file was like 3 gig. So there is some serious compression going on there. And because the compression is so significant, it will take a while for it to uncompress or decompress, if you like to use a scientific word for it. It says 23 minutes. I don't think it's going to be that long, but I'm going to pause the recording for that to happen. Okay, so after about maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, that completed the unzipping. So that's a good sign. Okay, and you'll be able to see that these are the couple of files there. There's one VBox and one VDI. Okay, now I can minimize that. Beautiful. So if I minimize that now and I go and I bring up go get my VirtualBox, VM VirtualBox. And this is a critical step here. This is a very important step, is that we are now going to add our virtual machine to VirtualBox right here. So the way to do this is up here, you click on machine, and we're going to add. Okay, so we're not going to install, we're going to add a new virtual machine. Go up to the top there, and we'll select just here, downloads, and we'll select the folder where we've unzipped, and that's it there. That's what we're looking for, VBox. That contains all the configuration and everything that we need to get this VirtualBox, this KaliLinux machine up and running. So I'm going to open that. And over here, I've got the start button that I'm going to select. And before I do that, what I'm going to do is just, I'm just going to take a quick snapshot. This is just a bit of bonus material, but by taking a snapshot, if I ever need to go back to this clean installation, I can anytime. Just going to take a quick snapshot. So I'm going to just type first snapshot, fresh install. Take a few seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to run that. I'm going to start it, and that should power up my virtual machine, my KaliLinux virtual machine. We'll make that a bit bigger. We can go to view and put it in scaled mode or adjust window size. Might do adjust window size. Actually, view scaled mode. So when you scale it, it matches up to so that we can make this a good size as we want. Yep. Now, the username and password is Kali for both. And once this completes the setup, that's it. VM KaliLinux is completely installed, ready to go, and ready for the lab, for the virtual machine as it is. We will need to connect it later on through a network to another virtual machine for the lab, but as we speak, that was it. It only took me altogether less than 10 minutes to set this up. So I'll see you in the next lab where we're going to install Metasploitable, which is a vulnerable virtual machine, and Linux, this KaliLinux machine will be hacking into the Metasploitable machine. It'll be vulnerable, so we'll be able to. It's a vulnerable on purpose. That's how it's designed. But the KaliLinux, if you look at the applications, we can see all these types of tools that we use: exploitation tools, vulnerability analysis, information gathering, post-exploits, forensics, reporting tools, wireless attacks, reverse engineering. List goes on. But that's it for this recording. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next recording.